I'm in a bit of a precarious situation at the moment. If you've seen any of my videos or if you know me personally, you know that I am currently studying abroad. I'm in Scotland and I've been here for the past 2 months. And my situation is a little weird right now. It's a bit unpredictable because of the coronavirus. If you haven't been living under a rock, you know that the WHO just declared the COVID-19 virus as a pandemic, officially. And that makes it concerning, worrying, other synonyms, because I am on my own for the first time, living in a country where I'm not a citizen, and I'm just here on a student visa, on my own. And I don't know what's gonna happen. The US just closed their borders, and that's gonna make it difficult if I get called home, because I might. A lot of study abroad programs or like home universities have pulled the plug on all study abroad programs and called all of the students home. Some schools like mine have just called back students from areas of, acute crisis, like Italy, Japan, Korea, China, etc. And the rest of us, so far, are okay. But at any moment, I might just have to go home to the US, where there's a travel ban. So that would make it really interesting for me getting back at all. I know there are exceptions for students and for US citizens, but I still, I think, have a hard time. And all of my travel plans, obviously, because I came here to study, yes, but I came here to travel and to have those experiences for the first time in my life. All of my travel plans have either been canceled or they're suspended for the time being. I was supposed to be leaving like right now to hop on a plane to Warsaw, and I was so excited to see Poland. I'm really sad that I don't have that opportunity now, but it is for the best. I wouldn't want to catch the virus, bring it back, or get stranded in another country if the UK decided to close their borders as well. And I know that is such like a privileged first world, problem. Like, oh no, I can't travel. Yeah, I am so lucky to have even had the opportunity to make those plans in the first place. And I'm so aware of that and so grateful and thankful. But, obviously I am disappointed that I can't actually go to Poland. I don't know if I'll be able to travel at all for the rest of the semester outside of the country. And considering that's like the whole reason I came here, I am sad. But it's better safe than sorry. And, I'm gonna try and hope that things will get better, for the health of everyone and for my program and the sake of just everyone's situation. I think everyone's in a bit of a weird time right now. It's like that sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I didn't expect there to be a pandemic while I studied abroad. I don't think anyone expects that ever. It's like a freaking zombie apocalypse right now, I swear to God. Anyway, my friends and I are going to try and make the most of it. We're gonna do a girls' night and maybe go to Glasgow tomorrow instead. I also just struggle when I go down to Princess Street. Every time I walk right by the Urban Outfitters, which is my favorite store of all time, and I just can't go in. I want to so badly, especially because I've never lived in a city with Urban Outfitters. The closest one to me at home was an hour drive away. And I don't really like online shopping, but I don't go in. I control myself because I can't bring back any clothes that I buy here with me because I can't fit anything else in my suitcase. And also, B, again, I'm a broke college student. I do not need to be buying Urban Outfitters clothes at the moment, even though I want to. with like all of my heart. So enough of me rambling. I am about to go dress shopping with my 2 girlfriends. We're not actually buying anything. We're going to like one of those boutique stores that's kind of near us, where they have those beautiful gowns in the windows and stuff that you would wear to like prom or an evening event thing, I don't know. And we've been planning once we got kind of like homesick and sad that we would go just have an afternoon trying on fancy dresses to feel better. So we're gonna go do that. Obviously not gonna buy one because where would I wear that? And they're expensive and there's no way that would get a dress like that would take up an entire suitcase of its own. What about prom? Well, your version of prom. This is so satisfying. Oh, because there's like a tool on the bottom. Look at all the skirts. This one was definitely my favorite.
Place called that we're going to.
Interesting updates. So I went out dress shopping, as I'm sure you saw, and my friends and I popped by a cafe to get some tea after. While we were sitting there, we received an email from our university here in Scotland informing us that we were indeed switching to online courses for the rest of the semester, and that this coming week was to be canceled, like no classes at all, while they transitioned to those online courses, and that finals were canceled. So we were immediately concerned, about how this was going to affect us getting credit at our home schools back in the States, and just sort of all of that. But we were also really excited because, we're still hoping that maybe some stuff will blow over and travel bans and all that stuff will sort of go away by the end of April, that the coronavirus will hopefully have peaked and sort of died down a bit, by the time May comes around. So we could move potentially our April European travel plans to May. And then, it could work out. We could travel within the UK in April, and it would, work itself out. Since we don't have finals in May, we would have the time to go travel then. And I got kind of excited. Shortly after that, and I mean like 5 minutes later, I received an email from my home university back in the US informing me that since the CDC had classified the UK as a level 2 hazard level because of the virus, like just today, as I'm filming this, that they were calling back all UK students and that I was gonna have to go home. So I was immediately very upset. Because that was, my worst case scenario. And you know what? Frankly, I feel safer here in Scotland right now, and I do not want to get on a plane and travel at this moment. So I was very upset, and then my dad noticed, as I was speaking to him, that the email specifically says that all students who were on university-sponsored travel or university-sponsored programs were being called home. The thing is, I'm not on a university-sponsored program. I'm effectively taking a gap semester. I am here abroad through like my own, volition through the school here. It has nothing to do with my home university. It's not sponsored. It's not an affiliated program. Nothing. I basically told them I was coming, did some paperwork, and came. So, I don't know. I don't know if I have to go back or not. I emailed them. My parents have tried to call. There hasn't been a reply yet. I'm sure they're being like swarmed with messages, which I, totally understand, but I really hope they get back to me soon because I really need to know if I need to get back by I have to leave by the 22nd of March, which is in less than 10 days. If, I do have to go home, which I don't want to do, and, moving flights and stuff is a big hassle, and packing, just all of that, it's a lot. So I really need to know now, and I'm really hoping that I can stay, because I'm not a liability, like legally for them. I'm not on a program that they're responsible for or affiliated with in any way. So they aren't responsible for me. I'm responsible for myself. So I'm hoping they won't make me come back. I'm not even sure they can make me come back. I don't want to go home. I'm not done here. My adventures, my experience, my travel, my time here, I'm not done. I'm not ready to go home. And frankly, I was shocked. I didn't think they were going to pull kids out of the UK at all. They are, but I'm hoping that it doesn't apply to me. But I kind of feel like I'm in limbo right now because I don't know. I don't know what's happening with my credit. I don't know where I'm going to be living in the next 10 days. I don't know what's going on. And I'm in like a really weird headspace right now, to be honest. So my friends and I have decided we're just gonna pretend and live like I'm leaving until I find out if I can stay, hopefully, please, knock on wood. But until then, we're gonna act as if I am going. We're gonna try and make the best of the time I potentially might have left.
Without the patty? 16.
16, it said.
So I... Try it.
So the ice cream's like inside. Ooh, look at that.
Do you mind if I grab this one? What's his face? Edward's garden. Alice and the dad are the only reason.
Charlie's the real OG.
In the cinema?
What is this? Hi. So it's Saturday now. I'm gonna do my makeup while I do a bit of an update. So essentially, I have to go home, back to the US. And I'm leaving Thursday. And clearly not very happy about it. So, like I said yesterday, my school sent out an email saying that they were calling back all university-sponsored abroad students. I am here through a direct enroll, not through a university-sponsored like study abroad program, so I was initially very hopeful that I was going to be able to stay. Clearly that hasn't worked out. I'm, not to be like dramatic, but I'm essentially being like blackmailed by my university into coming home, which sucks. So my school is considering all abroad students who are registered with the study abroad office, which are all of us. We have to register even if we're not going on a like specific William and Mary program. We still have to like register at the office, do paperwork, say that we're going, you know, whatever. And so they're considering all of that university-sponsored travel, which is not a good way to put it. And I had to email twice to get any sort of clarification on that matter. But they did respond really quickly. But essentially, they're saying that I have to come home or I forfeit all of my credit here. Wow, okay. Editing, Erin here. Hi. I basically rambled on for another 10-15 minutes about how bitter I was about going home. I am obviously home now. Still bitter, but you guys don't need to listen to that. And essentially it all boils down to me being really sad that I had to cancel all my travel plans and come home, leave my friends, leave this city and country that I really had fallen in love with. I'm still sad about it, but I've definitely accepted it. And my friends and I just, you know, did the most with the time we had left. And that's pretty much it, summarized. Okay, wow, editing Erin part 2. I think I mentioned this in the makeup doing rambling portion, but that got edited out. I'm popping back in to say I decided to just, you know, screw it, go to Urban Outfitters anyway, and what you're about to see is just clips of me trying on some clothes, and that's it.
Like 3 months. I got the extra small. And then now she's like, you know, whatever. Yeah, same.
Wait, I guess, is this it?
It is very dark in here, but we are at a pub having dinner. I will update what I got at Urban Outfitters when I get back because I was bad and bought a few things.
Food. You know what's weird is you can bite off your own finger. Yeah. Waffles, cheesecakes, ice cream, smoothies, shakes. There's so many options. Ah! How am I ever gonna choose? Look at that.
Thousand years, loved you for 1,000 more.